All right, so we'll kind of kick this thing off. We're gonna pick off on episode 3 of Move the Sticks here, just kind of recapping everything that we went over. I know last time me and Scars went over how to pick defensive plays based off of your scenario. So I wanted to help some guys out that are looking for different plays and different playbooks to kind of get into. How to kind of basically add plays into your system that's going to help you out and help guys that are kind of picking your defense before you even knowing what you're doing. So what we want to do here, if you're trying to get a custom playbook, you first have to look at your lineup, your roster, your personnel. So if I want to go more of a heavy scheme here, this is the Gridiron Generals Atlanta Falcons team that I run. Playoffs are coming soon. We have Cam Newton at quarterback, decent halfback in Sona Michelle. Um, my line is not the best, so looking at that, blocking wise, my line isn't top notch, so I tend to run a lot of spread formations, and I try to disguise my offense a little bit more. Now, if you have uh, an offense that's set up to really, really block more and kind of smack people in the mouth, then that's what you go with. So if I'm going to go in a more heavier set or more of a old school style or pro style of offense, then I want to have some guys that are good at very good at blocking. So for me, if I'm setting up my offensive playbook and I want to put in, a lot of heavy run sets, I want to make sure I got good tight end that can really run block. So in this case, once again in Atlanta, they don't have the best blockers, but a guy like Hayden Hurst here, he's a receiving tight end. Tight ends are very, very important when we're talking about block. They have to block as well as catch. So Hurst is not going to be my guy if I'm in more of my heavy sets. So if I got a tight end like Luke Stalker, who's really good at blocking, I'm going to slide him in just for, purposes of showing what's going on. Uh, you got different sets. So let's say in this playbook, this is a Carolina playbook here, just a generic playbook. Um, if I come out in something like a weak formation, which this is actually a terrible formation to start off in, unless you're going to run that smash mouth style of play. So if I'm in the weak wing here, and I'm picking plays, you're already kind of telling the offense what you're going to do. We'll pick this HB Power O. So looking at this lineup here, hat count wise, we got we got four guys blocking. We got a left guard pulling, and then the fullback is going in motion. So right now that's pretty even hat count. But once this guy motions over, a lot of good users are going to shift their line anyway. So you're giving a good tell of what's going to happen. Now the computer's not doing it, but that's just a bad setup to have. Especially if you have the type of personnel that this Atlanta Falcons team has. So like I said, if you want to get a good strong, line, guys is gonna, pancake some guys, and you good to go. And it doesn't really leave you a lot of options to audible as well. So if we audible to this halfback gut, which my fullback is leading here. A lot of good users are gonna shift to that. So this is a bad play call by the computer here. I had them on random play. But you kind of see what we're saying here. And then it doesn't leave a lot of options with passing as well. If I try to go to an option of, a passing play, the only threat really here is Julio. And then the user is going to pick up any crossing routes here. So this play, you're already kind of setting yourself up to be, in trouble with it here. User's going to pick that up, and then now I got to force a throw. So you want to kind of stay away from plays that don't give you a lot of receiving options. You want to kind of disguise that when you're picking your plays or setting up your playbook. Um, Another example is like your I form close, which actually that's a good formation. It has a lot of great passing plays out of that formation. A lot of good play action. So I form close, not bad, but your heavier sets like tight. Uh, let's see the pistol. This one here, you're kind of giving away what you're going to do. So what I tend to do, if you don't have a good run blocking team to start, you want to go more of like a shotgun spread or if you are going to go I form or you want to go with a three wide receiver set, which this playbook doesn't really have a lot of that. Now single back is a good way to do it too because you can kind of even out the lineup per se. But see here, single back doubles. Now we're still in a good heavy running formation, but we have receiving threats on the field. And you have a lot of good running options here as well. So you definitely want to kind of spread out your offense a little bit more. That's just kind of how the new NFL is now. So here I have a lot more options and I can read the box. So if they're not playing heavy, in the box, that'll kind of you just take what they give you. So if I'm here, they got the middle wide open here. I can audible to like a something up the middle here, and we have a decent hat count. This is my favorite play, but here we have actual running lanes because the defense came out in something to they're basically telling us what they're going to give us. So once again, here this is a pretty weak box. Here it's okay to go ahead and run it. Now we got once again I need to set these audibles, but once again if I audible to that, see they're shifting. So we still got a decent box. This one will probably get blown up, but now you had an option. So which leads me to my next point. So a team like the Falcons, or if I don't have a really good run blocking team, I tend to run more out of the shotgun, and I put that because I can kind of force their hand on what they want to do. So if we come out in a gun and we're talking about shotgun plays, you still want to kind of stay away from plays that are heavy on one side, and kind of spread it out. Once again, this is just the new NFL. A lot of speed on the field. You don't get a good advantage from coming out of something like this, where there's heavy on one side, or especially with two wide receivers on the field. Now there are situations where you can have like your trip sets here, and especially in Madden, there's a lot of plays where guys can kind of get open based off of just Madden not having great coverage, great coverage rules. But a play like this, four verticals, is kind of easy to do. So here, the defense is showing me, we've got a decent box here. I can run this if I wanted to, depending on the position. And if I really want to get fancy with it, I can double team this guy, or I could tell the line to block more to this left side if I know the run's going that way. But that's also a great thing about RPOs, which we'll get into in a little bit. See here, now I actually have a running lane because of that. So see here. Now, once again, this is a loaded box, so now I had an opportunity to, audible into something that's going to more so put a little bit of stress on the defense because they're already stacked on the box, so I know I don't want to run this. So here, oh Gage, this is not good for business, man. So yeah, we're doing it like here. Once again, they're stacking the box. I know that I can throw in something. Now I can pass, and you can really it can help out your pre-snap reads. So if those safeties come up in the box like that, I know I have Julio on a quick slant. At that point you can make your reads here. So Julio's wide open. The defense has a harder time with telling what you're gonna do. You can make your audibles based off of that. So that's the big thing I wanted to touch on with that. Now, this is where your RPOs come into play, and this is the beautiful thing about RPOs. I didn't mean to go in depth on RPOs, but we'll just touch on it. RPOs, you have the option to take a guy out of the play, basically. So if we're doing an RPO read play like this, you see that R icon on the defensive end. He's going to be out of the play because he's either going to focus on Cam Newton or he's either going to focus on Sony Michel. We also have the guy over here with the P icon over his head. he's not going to be in a run fit. You know, if he is in a run fit, he's going to tell you, and he's gonna dive down. But with this play, I'm not going to look at past him because he's in a good position to make a play, even if he doesn't commit. But once again, go here, and if we look back at this play, hold on. So if we look back at this play, this is where RPOs. It's not really a cheat. It's just kind of how football is now. So this middle linebacker here, he has to make more of a decision. He can't really crash the gap like he normally would. He has to wait and see if we're going to pass or not. Not only that, but this guy over here who had that P icon, he also has to make a decision. So from that point on, it's basically hat on hat with the lineman, and now I have the opportunity with Sony Michelle to make a play. And so you see here, that kind of freezes Deion Jones for just enough to where I can get a good lane. Number 63 here can get to the next level, and I can kind of get a good easy 5 yards on that. So that's the good thing about RPOs. I'll show you one more and then I'll wrap up here. Um, let's see. Let's go to a different. Let's go to more of a spread set here. And this is really where when you're building a playbook, your spread sets really come in handy here because you're gonna the defense has to guess post snap what's gonna happen here. So let's get a good spread halfback week here. So we got RPO zone peak, not the best RPO, but let's see. Yeah, let's run with that. So here we got once again the safety comes down like that. They're loading up the box. Now I'm going to audible to a pass play to kind of force their hand here. My guy Gage should be open depending on if he catches the ball or not. Gage or Stalker, something like that. So now that's a one-on-one play. We can make a play with that guy. If we're throwing it right, that's Stalker instead of Hurst. But it is what it is. But back to what we're saying. So RPO here, that we had once again we have the P on the middle linebacker. He's already stressed. He has to worry about Russell Gage, and this slot guy over here has to worry about Julio coming in as well. So at that point you can read. And then as far as the run game go with Michelle, he's at an advantage because we're going to freeze this middle linebacker here. And at this point, we got to depend on Atlanta's run block here to handle those two defensive linemen here. But all right, so let's break this down. So this is where you come to an advantage, and this is where a lot of guys are afraid to run the RPO, but it's really a good way to tell what's going on. So if I'm here and I notice my guy has the P icon and he crashes down, I know if I'm patient enough, Russell Gage is going to beat that slot guy, and that would have been an easy dump off right here. That would have been an easy first down right there. So let's try it again here. I'll show you different scenarios. Yeah, so I really didn't intend on this to be an RPO session, but basically, so you see here, Deion Jones now has to respect Russell Gage. So now you look at that lane that you have here. The linemen are doing their job. Sony Michelle's not the best guy, but he can get the job done. Now, if that's a Saquon Barkley or something, you can really make something shake and possibly score just based off of you calling the right play there. One more thing here, and then we'll wrap up. I know I said that already, but so same play, right? We do an inside zone. The box is not heavy because we're spread out, and then really this sets the guys up to really do their job. Now you have a Grady Jarrett here, who has inside stuff in El Toro. If you're really concerned about Grady Jarrett, you can double team the guy. That's L1. Right down on the right stick for double team, and you select Grady Jarrett. You go here. So if you're concerned about Grady Jarrett, you got an opportunity now if he's just tearing you up. But see, once again here, really when guys come down to the box like this, I like that because it makes it easier on my offensive line. So we'll get into ID the mic on a different video, but I just do basic ID the mic. So here, at this point, it's all about being patient. You know, picking the right lane, lay off the turbo guys. But this is a great formation here because of the spread. There's not a loaded box here, so it's hat on hat. So that's an easy 8 yards on that play, just from calling the right play. Now, versus if I come out in one of those heavier sets, I don't know if I can audible down with this. Yeah, let's do like single back doubles here. Um, Here you're telling the defense, all right, we're probably gonna run to the right, and that's so much of a giveaway here. You know, if I'm a great defensive, user, at least trying to do better, I'm going to shift my line to the right to kind of shut that down. So plays like that, if you're going to run heavy, you got to have the personnel for it. But once again, make it easier on yourself, make it harder on the defense, man. So that's kind of what I wanted to do. Quick little video. It went a little bit over than what I intended to, but I appreciate you guys for coming in, checking the video out. We got other videos, including this series, but check us out at Play Callers Podcast on Twitch. That's Play_Callers_Podcast at Twitch. We also have a YouTube channel that I'm kind of using to archive videos, so go check that out. If this video helps you out, man, leave a follow, subscribe, whatever you need to do. It helps us out, and it helps you all know when we go live. All right, but yeah, appreciate.